Indeed. Indeed. 24 hours until we find out the real deal. The real dilly we find out. We find out what's going to go down on Thursday night at Lincoln Financial between the Commanders and the Eagles. We are going to find out. I can't wait. This is going to be an iconic football game. By the way, man, hit that like button. By the way, you guys know it's so important the first 15 minutes of the show for the like button. Like, spread the show around. This is where you guys get to come and go here. By the way, I can't wait. Hey, James Jones, I hope you're in here because I can't wait to see my boy Jaden Daniels on display. I can't wait to see it, man. That guy is a star. That's what you're talking about with a star football players. Hit the like button here. By the way, that is going to be a great football game. We're going to talk a little bit about, let's see here. Nick Sirianni had a presser today. On top of that, we're also going to talk about your coordinator, week 11 of the NFL, and get this, Hurts versus Daniels. Hurts versus Daniels. Head-to-head here. Hey, by the way, before we get going, please hit that like button, guys. Give me your impressions of Zack Ertz. By the way, I want to tell you something, man. Zach's on his way to having a pretty damn good season this year, man. For a guy that was supposed to be out of gas. Hey, Zack Ertz, 63 catches, 650 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 yards a catch. I'll say this to you, man. You're not going to get that any of your tight ends in Philadelphia. Zach's still bringing it, man. How do you look at Zack Ertz? Are you going to cheer him when he steps on the field? You going to cheer him? I would. He's an all-time legend. By the way, does Zack Ertz one day go into the Eagle Hall of Fame? Okay? Does he go in to the Eagle Hall of Fame when all is said and done? Xander, what do you think, man? Does he get a chance to go in to the Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Fame? Is he a Ring of Honor guy? Is he a Ring of Honor? I mean, dude was one of the best tight ends in pro football. Okay? And you know what I get a sense of? I get a sense of this. I get a sense that Eagle fans love this guy. They absolutely do. They think of this guy and they think a lot of him. So that would be pretty cool to get him into the Eagle Hall of Fame. Playing against him, hey, you know what? It's got to feel like this for Saquon Barkley, the same thing. Dude, he's a giant down deep inside. And he's excelling with the Eagles now, and he's enjoying playing in Philadelphia. It looks like Zack Ertz is enjoying playing with Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. It really does, man. And by the way, I think Zack Ertz has got Philadelphia all over him. I do. It's just funny. There's a Philly guy playing in D.C. now. And I think he probably really loves it that he's a Philadelphia Eagle at heart. I mean, he's going into the Philly Hall of Fame. He's going into the Eagle Hall of Fame. And I think you're going to cheer him, I'm assuming, when he steps onto the field. When you see him. I mean, you saw him last year. I get it. But you're probably going to cheer the guy because he is one of the truly great Eagles of all time. And I think he is an Eagle Hall of Famer as well. Please hit the like button, man. I really do. I think the city of Philly reveres that guy and really absolutely loves that guy. Look at Jeffrey here, man. We really love the guy, man. Okay? I really do, man. I heard through the grapevine that the Cowboys are considering hiring Witten as their head coach. Anything stupid, the Cowboys are in line. By the way, that leads me to this. Mark Holmes is not surrendered yet. Philly 500 is also going to be here with us at 4:30. Xander at 3:30. Hey, just a programming note too. Herm Edwards, who coached Jaden Daniels, will be with us Friday. No time yet, but he'll be with us Friday. He coached him at Arizona State. So we'll get him on Friday. Please hit that like button. By the way, all super chats go to the top as we tell you guys. So please hit that. No question about it. By the way, I think this has got a chance on being something special over the next couple of years here, these two young quarterbacks. I really do. I think they got something special here. I think there could be something really special between Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels here. Where is Angelo? Not yet. I only bring Angelo in when significant games. We'll bring him in on Monday. Hey, Nick, when you got a star guest like that, you got to do the David Bowie line to him. You ready? Make him want more. Okay? So Monday, keep it in there. Angelo Cataldi will join us on Monday. So that's your next couple days lined up here too. Going to get Herm Edwards on Friday, Philly 500, and Mark Holmes. I don't know. Hey, Mark, I give it to you, dude. Here you go. I give it to you. I appreciate you coming aboard, man. He'll be here at 4:30. Hey, kill him. Kill him when he gets in here. I think the Dallas Cowboys have absolutely surrendered. By the way, I wrote this number down. This is going to go to Mark Holmes as soon as we see him. Do you know that the Dallas Cowboys paid Dak Prescott $60 million this year in salary, $80 million in a signing bonus? They gave Dak Prescott $140 million this year. Can I put that into perspective for you? Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys for $154 million. And the kid won't finish the year. The kid won't finish the year. They gave him $140 million, $80 million signing bonus, $60 on a salary, $140, and he stunk. Talk about not getting your money's worth. I mean, ultimate disaster in Dallas this year. First thing I'm going to bring that up with Mark. Mark, you paid a guy almost the same money Jerry Jones bought the Dallas Cowboys for. And he's not finishing the year, season-ending surgery, and he stunk even when he was on the field. Wow. Unbelievable. Please hit that like button. You guys are absolutely sensational. All right. Let's do a simple one first. Hurts versus Daniels. I got a really doozy topic for you here, too. How many people think that Jalen Hurts has outplayed Jaden Daniels this year? Let's go to the numbers. Here we go. How many people believe that Hurts has outplayed Daniels? Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the league right now. Yeah, okay. 22 touchdowns for Hurts and 5 interceptions. Lenny, I asked the question. Abe, here we go. I'm awake or you? I do. Abe, I do. Hurts is dominating Daniels this game. No, I didn't ask you that, dude. Try to stay focused. Devontae, try to stay focused. Work with me. Do you think that Hurts is outplayed Daniels? Daniels has had to throw it more because his team sucks, right? That's why you're fighting for first place, Senorita. Sure. Daniels is playing better, but coordinators have not adjusted to him yet. We're also going to talk about coordinators here in a second. Absolutely. So let's take a look at the trends. Jaden Daniels is on pace right now for 445 passing attempts. Jalen Hurts is on pace for 444. Pretty good here. Kind of throwing the ball the same amount. Right in the room. That's what they're looking at, especially when you're dual threat. Completions. 306 for Daniels, 310 for Ertz. Right there, both of them. Passing yards. Jaden Daniels, 3,650. Ertz, 3,732. Right there. Touchdown passes. This is where Jalen gets them. But the cool thing is that he has less interceptions. Thank you, Sturdy. Daniels is on pace for 15 touchdowns. Ertz 23. Prolific. Daniels is on pace for 3 interceptions this year. Ertz is on pace for 9. Quarterback rating. 1017 for Daniels. 1034 for Jalen Hurts. Here's the total yardage number. 4,469 yards for Jaden Daniels, who's on pace for 819 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns on 146 carries. Okay? Right? Here is Hurts's 4,446. Jaden Daniels, 4,469. Jalen is on pace for 38 touchdowns, and Jaden Daniels is on pace for 22. And my estimation, okay, in my estimation, Jaden Daniels is having a better season. 800 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. Hurts is on pace for 200 carries. Wow. This guy's a fucking rookie. He's a rookie. This guy's a rookie and playing at the same level as Jalen Hurts. I mean, dude, this guy has only played 9 ball games. KCA goes, wait a minute here. It's a push. So a rookie quarterback is a push with your guy. Hey, by the way, this guy right here goes like this. Hurts hater. Not a Hurts hater. Pointing out facts. Jaden Daniels is playing just as good as this dude. He's being asked to do more because you know why? He's got less talent around him. As usual. When we have these conversations about Hurts, it always comes back to that. This dude's got lesser talent. He's doing more. Thursday's game will be a true test for Mitchell, with Terry McLaurin only lined up on the left side. If he holds him to under his yardage, does that make him elite? No. Does not make him elite. Means that he has the capability of having elite talent, but we'll see. Talent has to come through and play each and every single game. Let's see him get through his first year. If the Eagles stick to the running game, they should win this game. Washington's weakness is rush defense. Exploit that. The question will be coaching. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me get back to this here. By the way, please hit the like button. So the quarterback play on Thursday night's a push. Personally, I think Daniels is better and has more skill than Jalen Hurts. All you do is have to just put your eye test to it. Now, does that mean he's going to win? I'll tell you what. You guys bring up this stat all the time. Xander goes like this, and everyone else does the same thing. When the fuck was the last time Washington was decent? Oh, it's been since the late 90s. So this kid walks in there and changes the culture around in 1 year? We're not talking about going to a culture like Philadelphia where the winning has been there for 25 years. This guy went into a place where the owner had made it into a train wreck. And this kid's turned it around. He's turned it around. Like Joe Burrow did in Cincinnati. He turned it around. It's quite a story going on here. Daniels was the Heisman winner. That means shit in the NFL. Name me a Heisman winner. Name me a Heisman winner outside of Roger Staubach and Jim Plunkett that has won a Super Bowl at the quarterback position. Name me other than those two, Plunkett and Staubach, in the history of the league. Name me another one. Okay? That's absolutely true. Joe Burrow transformed the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right, man. Heisman trophies don't mean shit in the NFL. How many guys have won the MVP at quarterback that have won the Heisman? Cam, Staubach, I can't think of another one that has won an MVP award. Okay? Oh, Lamar. There you go. Nice, Drew. Nice, Lamar. Way to go. Lamar Jackson. Absolutely. Richard goes, who cares? We'll find out tomorrow. No shit, dickhead. Hit the like button here, guys. Appreciate you guys coming aboard here, man. Thank you so much. All right. Now, this is the topic and why I brought this up. Do we all agree you're pretty shocked with the way this kid, Jaden Daniels, has played, right? You're pretty shocked, right? Right? Okay? Look at Dick Train. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. This guy's a dumbass. Honestly, man, if there's a guy in here that we're going to give the award to at the end of the year, we're going to do an award show here. For our show here, we're going to have an award show, Xander. And Dickhead or A-Train or Dick Train, you're the candidate for the worst takes of the fucking day. Every day, you are the candidate for the worst. There's going to be the best, and then there's going to be the worst. So we'll figure it out. But you're the lead candidate right now for being the worst take guy that comes on the show on a daily basis. Holy shit, man. You're the lead candidate. I mean, Dickhead, Dick Train. This guy, I mean, dude, somebody's going to have to really pull up their A game. Like A-Track here to beat this guy when it comes to being the worst take guy in the history of the National Football Show. This guy right here, fucking dopey. Absolutely true. Just dopey. I'm awake, are you? You're kind of in the top 5, too. I'm the worst take guys there is. We're going to have an award show. And you know what we're going to do, Xander? We're going to put it to the people, and we're going to put a poll up. Who's the best take guy and who's the worst? That'll be the year-end award show. Martin Perez, he's in the top 5 for some of the shittiest takes on the planet as well. This guy's dopey as hell, too. I'll tell you this, Sills, Daniels would not be able to fit in an organization due with Howie and Laurie being in the way. Yes, true, Martin. The way that the Eagles run the organization, absolutely. That kid may have struggles here. So this goes to the topic here. Okay? Hey, I like that. The winner gets a Ryan Leaf jersey. No, I think the winner's going to get a Bryce Huff jersey. It's got to be out of Dick Train, Loose Jaws, or C24 for the fucking worst takes in the history of the National Football Show. I can't wait for that award show. I've been thinking this thing up. We're going to have the best and the shittiest. Believe me, LJ will be in that thing too, man, when it comes to the worst takes of all time. And really, and then we're also going to have a category, the biggest fucking stalker. LJ's the slam dunk guy so far. All right. So let me say this to you. I learned something from Joe Theismann yesterday. Okay, I learned something from Joe Theismann. By the way, please, all super chats go to the top. Sills, would you rather have Sills, who would have thought that the Commanders versus the Eagles would resurge as this interesting or a rivalry, but still It lasts because dual threat. You know what? I got to say that to you too, Samuel, that you know what? You got two dual threat quarterbacks going after one another Thursday night. And this could be an opportunity for a really great rivalry. Absolutely could be. Okay? All right. I'm going to make a proclamation here. You tell me if you buy it or not. Let me see what the poll question was. Hey, and Dick Train, a poll question is not you sitting on something. A poll question is something you ask and you put it out there for people to vote on. Just keeping it so he understands that, because you never know with Dick Train. He might try sitting on it, you know? The poll, okay? We took a poll and we did it at the we did it at Big Sills, the Dan Sileo show. So here we go here. Let's see where we are. Okay, I asked this question and I want to get, all right. Closer than I thought. So we're going to make a proclamation here. I think you hired the wrong coordinator. I think you hired the wrong offensive coordinator for Jalen Hurts. Has Kellen Moore improved the passing game? Kind of. You're 20th. Shane Daniels is 4th in the league or 3rd in the league. They've improved the passing game in Washington with a rookie. It's not false. You're 20th. Oh, we're pulling guys with the whatever. That means you played, and that goes to the point. You've played nobodies. So most of it is just absolute hollow stats. At the end of the day, has Kellen Moore improved the passing game? No, he hasn't. Washington and Kliff Kingsbury, he was the hire. You even heard Nick Sirianni today making comments about the coaching and what Daniels is getting with Kingsbury and Brian Johnson. Yo, Sills, if the Eagles win the next 3 games, rematch at 57, what's that? The Patriots were in that thing. I mean, you really think that Kellen Moore has done a better job with Jalen Hurts at quarterback? They run the ball more. They're not throwing the ball more. They're running it more. Eagles, Chiefs, my bad. You're right. My bad. Eagles, Chiefs could be. Eagles, Chiefs. Thank you, Xander. You run the ball more. You're back to running. You're a running team now. You're not a passing team. You're not a passing team. Okay? You're a defensive run team. You're not a passing team. So the passing game hasn't been improved. A little bit. That's because he's throwing it less. They're throwing it with a rookie as much as they're throwing it in Philly with a rookie. And he's playing the same kind of ball. How about this? Jaden Daniels is playing the equivalent, if not better, football than Jalen Hurts right now because he's done it for 9 weeks. That's because the coordinator is what Joe Theismann said yesterday. Finding the right coordinator and fitting the right skill set. Kellen Moore's never coached this guy. Hey, Kellen Moore's going through also learning how to deal with dual threat quarterbacks. He's never had one in his entire coaching career. He was never one himself. He's a drop back guy. What would he fucking know about dual threat guys? Kingsbury's coach, Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Caleb Williams, now Jaden Daniels. That's a fit. He's coached that style of quarterback his entire coaching career. This is Kellen's first time coaching that style. And by the way, once they realized they couldn't get it done like the first 4, they went back to running the ball. In my opinion, Kliff Kingsbury was the initial hire anyway. You offered him a 3-year contract, but he wasn't going to be given the autonomy that he wanted when hiring coaches, so he went to Washington. He was the first choice. Kellen was the second choice. Always remember that. You see, M. Reyes won't tell you this, but Kingsbury was the first choice. Kliff was the first choice of hire in Philly. You got the second dude. So let me guess, your favorite dessert is cherry pie. Whatever, guy. He didn't want Stoutland. I've heard this. Okay? I have. A good quarterback play in any system. A good quarterback should be able to play in any system. So you think that Joe Burrow or Tom Brady, get this, listen to how ridiculous this take is. So, Jeff, you think that Tom Brady could play in the Philadelphia Eagle passing system in an RPO, and you're going to run Tom Brady in RPOs? And you're going to run him 14, 15 times a game? You truly think that? The coordinator has to fit the quarterback skill. You don't put a quarterback to fit a coordinator's skill. The coordinator has to be the right guy that knows what he's doing with the proper skill set of his players. You have to have a proper coach to know what he's doing that has coached that style of play. Kellen Moore's never coached that style of play in his entire coaching career. They've never had that. I mean, facts. Seals, you've always been a Kingsbury fan. Moore's been okay. He can only feed Hurts so much. Hurts is still learning. He is. First year for him without Kelsey. How about this? Let me say this to you, though. I think that kid's really gravitating to Kliff Kingsbury in Washington, D.C., don't you think, though, Sam? Still holding the ball too long. That's something that will never get away from him. He's not good at reading defenses. See, people like Xander and other people think he's going to get better at that. Not holding onto the ball too long. That's not going to get better. That's what he is. He's not going to be able to all of a sudden process the information in year 5. That doesn't mean he won't be able to throw and identify landmarks when it comes to pre-snap reads. Where he's going to get better is knowing pre-snap reads. Because remember something, this guy doesn't lead receivers. He throws the spots. Why is that? Because he can't read defenses. Is he getting better? A little. I wouldn't say a lot. Anytime you get 5 sacks in a fucking half, you're not reading defenses well. You're holding onto the ball too long. And get this. People are trying to tell me that he played well in that game against Dallas. He played nice in the second half. Yeah. I thought he did everything fundamentally wrong that an elite quarterback does. Hold the ball too long, late throws, turnovers. The 3 cardinal sins. But you want to hide from that. Okay? So what do? They go back to running the ball, which they should, because that's what he does the best. Dropping back and throwing the ball like Daniels can, he can't do that like that on a consistent basis. And I disagree with Zander, who will be with us, by the way, at 3:30, who I disagree. You know, you get a performance like that in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago in 57, right? Then you turn around and you have a performance like you did against Baker Mayfield last year. That's who he's going to be. He's going to be up and down like that his entire career. He's not going to be hanging around the rim at AFC title games or NFC title games. He's just not. Seals, do you think Kellen's doing a good job adjusting? Yeah, I think that's a really great question now, because now it goes back onto the coordinator. Do I think Kellen is doing a better job in the last 5 games dealing with what the skill set is of Jalen Hurts? Yeah, I do. I think, can I tell you this? I would make this comment. And you guys, I'll tell you what, you can agree or disagree on this one. You tell me, okay? I think that Kellen Moore has gotten better understanding Jalen Hurts since the bye, not vice versa. Is that fair? That Kellen is getting better, right? Kellen's getting better understanding what he's looking at here now. Communicating, right? I mean, Tony, Jalen has come along. Jalen has come along because Kellen is going, okay, well, this is what this kid can do, and this is what he can't do. This is what he does exceptionally. I'll tell you one thing, and I will say this to you. How about this, Alex? I'll give you this too, Alex. How about this one? When it's 3rd and 11, now in 2022, and I know that quarterback is going to take off running, man, if I'm a defensive lineman or if I'm a linebacker and I'm an edge rusher, that guy's going to break my ass, man. I've got to make sure I keep that guy freaking contained, because if that guy is not contained, he's picking it up. He has a better chance of picking third downs up with his wheels than he does his arm. Okay? But I'm a proponent at running the ball. I'm telling you one more time. Pass-happy offenses drive me nuts. Okay? And the ones that you find and the great ones that you find. Hey, did I miss a super chat? Let me get this one. He told reporters at the Pro Bowl that he hates the short passes and that he's always looking for the deep throw. Throws unnecessary interceptions. I'll tell you this, Lord's Grace. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady didn't win Super Bowls with deep passes. They won with checkdowns. Xander, did I miss a super chat? We see after the book is out on Daniels next year. Okay? Well, I know who Hurts is. Hurts' ceiling is 22. He doesn't have a higher ceiling than that. This is who he is. Guys, it's year 6 or 5 now, whatever it is. Fucking this is who he is. I mean, someone goes like this. He says, well, look at Baker Mayfield. He had like 40 starts in Cleveland. Look at how he's playing now in Tampa. Look how good he's playing in Tampa. I didn't say better coaching is not going to put him in a better position. Having also great wide receivers like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans is not going to help the guy. He had pretty good wideouts when he was in Cleveland too. He did. He had pretty good wideouts there. I mean, Odell Beckham was still Odell Beckham when he was in Cleveland. Had a good run game. He had all that, but he couldn't figure it out. Now he's got an organization and he's figuring it out. Plus he's got a little humility. Okay? Gatekeeper goes like this. That's a great ceiling to have. Okay. You're comfortable with that? I mean, like I told you, though, you know, Zander brought something up, and I thought about it last night. Sills, did you see how great he played in 22 in the Super Bowl? Yeah. But his swings are too high. I saw, hey, get this. So wait a minute. You got a quarterback that played that well in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes against the Chiefs, and then you had that same quarterback turn around and play like shit against Mayfield last year. That is really high peaks and valleys. I mean, we're talking about exceptional high peaks and valleys there, don't you think? Hit the like button here, guys. Right? I mean, and get this. Patrick Mahomes' worst year in pro football. Let me bring a point up to you with what you guys are constantly bringing up. And there's guys that are going like this. Look at all the interceptions and turnovers that Mahomes has this year in 2000. I can't wait for this game tomorrow night. I really can't. I think it's going to be an exceptional football game. I really do. Here we go. Teams. All right. I want to show you something here about what you're looking at with Mahomes this season this year. No question, Patrick Mahomes, this is not one of his better years that he's had at quarterback here. I still think he's going to throw for a ton of yards this season. But here's Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes this season is on pace for 4,171 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 17 picks with a 90 quarterback rating. Throwing the ball 587, almost 590 times, which will be roughly around 150 times more than what Hurts and Daniels will throw this year, okay? Figure this out here. His worst season that he's having in the last 7 years, he's 9-0. And by the way, look, you guys keep telling me, well, you know, Mahomes has Travis Kelce. Okay, that's fair enough. Travis Kelce's a heck of a football player. Travis Kelce's on pace for 800 yards this year. I wouldn't consider that elite any longer. And his top wide receiver is on, and that's him. Do you understand that Rashee Rice, who is on pace right now, how is this possible? He's on pace for 500 yards. Kelce's on pace for 890 yards. Kareem Hunt is on pace for, Kareem Hunt has really picked his game up here. Believe it or not, Kareem Hunt's on pace for 1,200 rushing yards, which is freaking unbelievable since he's been sitting on the bench and nobody signed him, and now he's on pace for 1,200 yards. But in the passing game, Patrick Mahomes won't have a 1,000-yard receiver. He'll have very limited skill set guys. And Hunt's giving him play action, and he's having his worst year, and he's 9-0. That's a quarterback. His worst year is almost every other quarterback's best year because he's winning. Because they're winning. And they're a good defensive football team now. Please hit the like button, guys. I appreciate you guys. By the way, I'll say it one more time to you. Let's see here. If the Eagles can keep Kellen, they won't. Kellen could add more of his concepts and improve Jalen Hurts. If he doesn't get a head coaching job, yes. Xander, did I miss a super chat? By the way, all super chats go to the top, as we always say, guys. Don't forget how bad that left tackle in Kansas City. No quarterback can win it all if no one blocks well. Kansas City needs help at LT. I think Orlando Brown you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken. Is it still him or is it someone else? Sills, Washington has issues in the red zone. They do. Isn't it the coaching and organization's job to help coach players? Yes. In the NFL, for sure. Close to their ceiling. And players' jobs to push their deficiencies to improve their ceiling. So Hurts can't get better in that sense. Dude, if a guy has a certain skill set and he's limited, he's not going to improve. Like Tom Brady's not going to improve being a better runner in a game. That's not what it's going to be. Tom Brady, as great as Tom Brady worked on his strengths. Okay? He didn't work on his weaknesses. You know what his weakness was? Running. Same with Peyton Manning. Those guys didn't work on running. They worked on moving more in the pocket, creating passing lanes, figuring out that those efficiencies that I can't run like Hurts and Lamar, what do you do like Ben? Ben Roethlisberger did it. You slid more in the pocket. You created passing lanes because you knew you didn't have that skill set. See, that lies the difference here. Now, someone goes like this. Well, Sills, that's not a physical deficiency, is it? Reading defenses. I think it is. I think it's process. I think certain guys process the information faster than others. I'll give you an example. I always thought one of the major problems that Vinny Testaverde had, who threw for 50,000 yards in the NFL, I always thought the problem he had, he floated back to his to his drop. And by the way, I don't think Hurts has the greatest feet on the planet as a quarterback. And I think Vinny struggled in processing the intel when he got back to his 7-step because he was so late getting back there. You want to know one of the reasons why also Jalen Hurts holds on to the ball long? Because he takes fucking forever to get back in his 7-step. And because of his height, he has to move around a little more in there. They should be dropping him, in my opinion, at least 9 steps. Give him a chance like Breeze and what Russell Wilson did to compensate for that. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Kellen Moore's a good coordinator with drop back guys. That's all he's ever coached. Dak and Justin Herbert are not prolific running quarterbacks. They're just not. I think Daniels is getting better coaching. And by the way, I think it also helps that you have on the other side, I think it's great that you have Dan Quinn. Now, I think Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, I think he gets a lot from Vic going up and asking questions. Hey, Vic, what do you see here, man? What? I would ask Vic Fangio, if I was a quarterback on that team, no matter who it is, I'd ask Vic, hey, Vic, when you're in high 2 like that, and you do one of those switch defensive banjo coverages or post snap, you go to your true coverage. I mean, is there a landmark that I can land on, that I can see there's something that can tip that off? Vic probably gives him tips. I would ask, if I had one of the better coordinators in the NFL on my staff and I was Jalen Hurts, I'd go right over to him. Hey, when you're in that high two, is there a tip-off back there that post-snap that you guys go to your true read and your true coverage that you're trying to do? Okay? Yeah. My coaching staff brought one thing back. I didn't think no coach could do, and that bring Redskins football back to life. They've totally brought, I think the owner, believe it or not, and I'm not a Josh Harris guy, I think the owner hired the right people. I love your general manager. I love your head coach. I love your quarterback coach. I love your offensive coordinator. I like what they're doing there. I love Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is one of my favorite football players in the NFL, and he has been for the last decade. And that guy has brought some juice to that Redskins defense. By the way, I'm fucking done calling them the Commanders. We're not doing that any longer. I'm not playing that bullshit any longer. I'm not doing it. You talking Vic Fangio or Jaden and Kliff? I'm not sure what you're meaning here. I'm talking Vic Fangio and Jalen talking a little bit more. And I think that Jaden and Kliff have really hit it off. I think they're doing, I really do. Hey, by the way, yeah, I'm sick of that. Now that America has spoken, I'm not fucking calling them the Commanders anymore. I'm done with it. I'm calling them the Redskins from now on, this day forward. Not doing it. Not playing the politically woke game anymore. Taking Columbus statues down, taking pictures down. Hey, man, it's what it is. It's history. Like it or leave it. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. Okay? Now, if you want to do that, that's okay with me too. Okay? They said they got manipulated on agreeing to change the name. They want it back. They should want it back because that's their history. Hey, look, Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. It sucks. Branding too. Still, Washington's run defense, it is weak, Philly. That's where you're going to kill them. And if I'm James Jones, I would sit there and say this, okay? Run the ball, dude. And Jalen Hurts run the ball. And Saquon Barkley, I'll tell you this. Hey, James Jones, if they run the ball 42 times in this football game against Washington, they're going to beat you good. They're going to beat you good because they run the ball exceptionally well. That's what and who they are. And that quarterback is a bitch on 3rd and long. I mean, he's better on 3rd and long than he is almost 3rd and short. I'll tell you this, Jay, one thing about Jalen Hurts, that dude can run in open space. He is a good runner in open space. Okay? He is. I'll tell you something, too. I would make this point to you. Michael Vick had more talent than Jalen Hurts. Hurts is a better quarterback than him. And I don't think it's close. And I love Vick. I'm a big Michael Vick fan. But he's not a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. And you guys can hold that receipt. And if I ever go back on that, remind me. I just don't think he's a better quarterback. Now, again, he's a better athlete. Vic's one of the greatest athletes ever to play the quarterback position. But personally, I think Jalen does a better job at reading defenses than Vic ever did. Now, Vic got it late in his career because of the lack of coaching Dan Reeves gave him in Atlanta. His skill set and running is insane. He's a better runner than Jalen. But the overall package, Jalen's probably better. Now, again, Jalen Hurts benefits from having sensational players around him. But, hey, that's the luck of the draft. You know, when people always, and including me, when I bring that up, that Jalen Hurts has better talent around him, that's the luck of the draft. I got drafted to the Eagles, and the Eagles like to put good players on a roster. Sue me. You go to certain places, they don't put players on rosters or they overpay them. The problem with the Cowboys is here's the biggest problem that you have with the Cowboys. The Cowboys draft a decent player, and they think he's a sensational player, and he's not. Like Michael Parsons, I would trade that fucker in 5 seconds. See how many people would bite on that. Let the guy get humbled. Maybe he goes somewhere else and he turns out to be the player John McMullen thinks he is. I don't think he's a great player for one reason, because he doesn't want to do one part of his job. He doesn't want to play the run. He wants to get TFLs and he wants to get sacks. Well, there's a run part of that too component. And do you notice this? The teams that are physical with Dallas, like Philadelphia, Arizona, they kill him. Look at what Buffalo did to him. They kill him. Physical teams will always beat that Cowboy team. And who would have thought that? The one thing that Jimmy Johnson had with his Cowboy teams that were sensational compared to the shit that you see now is they were physical. They beat people up. Evan Smith was the real deal. That old line was the real deal. And I'll make this point one more time to you guys. Do I think the Philadelphia Eagles full intact O-line is better than the Cowboys O-line of the Emmitt Smith era? I think your tackles are better. Lane Johnson and Mulata. Eric Williams, Mark Tuney. I'll take the Philly O-line at tackle. Your guards, Nate and Giesick. Wait, Nate and Eric Allen, or Eric. Who am I thinking of? The guy who just died. No way. They got the guards. The center with Kelsey and Stepnoski. Kelsey probably. Okay? Kelsey. It's close, though. Larry Allen, thank you. Philly 4 for 4. Here, let me do that one more time. Is the Philadelphia Eagle O-line, and I'm going to use last year's O-line because Cam's new to it. The Cowboy O-line that was sensational. Eric Williams, who's underrated. Mark Tuney. Larry Allen, one of the greatest linemen of all time. And Nate. Nate should be in the Hall of Fame. And then Stepnoski. Versus Mulata and Lane, Kelsey, Dickerson, and Becton. Who would I take? Left tackle. I'm going to take Eric Williams. I'll change that. I'm going Eric Williams. Right guard or left guard, I'm taking Larry Allen over Landon Dickerson. Center, Stepnoski, Kelsey. I'll take Kelsey. Nate over Becton. I'll take Nate. Lane over Martune. I'll take Lane. It's 3-3. And the other pieces are compatible. Landon Dickerson's not going to kill you. He's no Larry Allen, though. Becton's not Nate. So Dallas was probably stronger up the middle. Besides the center position with Kelsey. Cowboys had better guards. Larry Allen and Nate Newton versus Becton and Dickerson. And, of course, the running back. Saquon or Emmett, there's no conversation there, man. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Nobody on the planet thinks that Saquon Barkley's a better runner than Emmitt Smith. Nobody. Okay? Big Picking goes, Dallas was together longer. Yeah, because even before Jimmy got there, they were with Tom Landry too. Yes. Yes. I never thought how close that was, though. That's pretty close, though, man. That's the best offensive line I've seen in a long time, probably since the Steeler O-line back in the day when he had Franco. But the Cowboy line was probably the second best or first best line I've seen. AJ or Michael Irvin. I'm not going to debate that either. AJ Brown has nowhere near anything Michael Irvin ever did. Not even remotely close. The 22 O-line, is Nate as good as Isaac Seumalo? No. Larry Allen, you can't beat that position. Eric Williams is underrated. He should be in the Hall of Fame. But you have Lane. And by the way, I think Malata's not far off of Eric Williams. Okay? Here, look at this guy. Saquon's better. So I'll give you guys one more and one last time a history lesson. When Emmitt Smith was in high school, he ran for 12,000 rushing yards. When Emmitt Smith was at Florida, he ran for 4,000 in 3 years at Florida. When Emmitt Smith got to the NFL, he ran for 19,000 yards. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. I have no idea. And when he got to Dallas, he transformed that O-line into being one of the greatest O-lines of all time. I mean, you're talking about a guy with 19,000 rushing yards. I mean, Saquon Barkley won't finish in the top 50. I mean, Emmett, get this. You know what's crazy? When this guy Kyle says this, I'm going to show you this. When he first got there, Emmett, and I brought this up to you before, your argument that you're going to try to make that Saquon Barkley is as good as Emmitt Smith is fucking hilarious. So Kevin Gogan, the tackles were there. I mean, Nate was signed by Tom Landry. Rafferty was there. He was signed by Tom Landry. Crawford Kerr was the other guard, signed by Tom Landry. The other tackle on the other side of Tune was signed by Tom. All of them were Tom Landry guys. And a year before that, they had 4 wins. Emmett shows up. They go on to win the Super Bowl 3 and 4 years. Emmett turned that O-line into great football players. That's what he did. Okay? Emmett's the best ever, but I like Brown over Irvin. Akbar thinks that A.J. Brown's a better player than Michael Irvin. Well, here. What do you think Michael Irvin would do in a game today where you couldn't be physical with him and you couldn't touch him? Pass interference was not it's a thing every play. He's not close. He's not close. Playmaker has 3 Super Bowl rings. Wasn't that Troy Aikman was some great running or wide throwing quarterback? Troy Aikman's probably not in the top 30 in passing yards. Michael Irvin's one of the greatest players of all time at that position. Okay? Emmett is one of the top 10 running backs of all times. I'm not talking about stats. Dude, I'm talking about the guy's career. Every level he's ever played at, Emmitt Smith was sensational at every level. Every level, he was sensational. All right. So again, circling back, the coordinator. Okay? The coordinator here. I look at it like this, man. I mean, end of the day, I think Kingsbury would have been better for Jalen Hurts. Personally, get this. Jaden Daniels is going to find out a little bit, in my opinion, what Jalen Hurts is going through. Because if that guy wins the Rookie of the Year award and Washington is a playoff contender, Kliff Kingsbury is going to get an opportunity to be a head football coach. Hey, what am I trolling you at? I don't even know what the fuck that word means. What do you think I'm upsetting? What is so upsetting you with? That Emmitt Smith's a better player than Saquon Barkley? And he's the all-time leading rusher in pro football history? Is that really trolling? I didn't think I was saying something that was a reach. I mean, I didn't think I said anything that was crazy. Michael Irvin is an elite player. Elite players know how no other elite players, and he says Jalen is elite. I don't remember that. Hey, I don't remember that. Okay? Here's another fabulous dick train. Sills is a fake Italian. He's Mexican. Dick Train is a fake dickhead. He's a you-know-what. I like Chris Johnson. He was a really good player. Every time I see Dick Train, I see this now. Sorry, so. Oh, man. Shit. Xander's going to join us at 3:30. Battle Royale is back. That'll be. Hey, Dick Train. You should put that as your emoji, dude. Look good on you. I'm going to start calling Dick Train Racing Stripe. Oh, my God. Oh, man. All right. We got to get into what Nick Sirianni said today. Your head football coach. I like Nicky. He's good, man. Nick's presser today was fairly decent. They didn't put hey, you know what I'm liking a little bit more with what they're doing with Nick now versus before? This dude gets 10 minutes now. Big Sills, you're getting him fired up again today. Jalen's is better, but Daniels is solid. I can't lie. You could say we're the best defense he's faced so far. Oh, yeah. Yes. No, you're not better than Pittsburgh. No, you're not. Thanks for the super chat, though. But Christopher, your defense is not better than Pittsburgh. You're not better than Pittsburgh. You give a fuck what your stats say. You're not better than Pittsburgh. Okay? You play 5 shitty teams and go, we're better than Pittsburgh on defense? I don't think so. You don't have a pack. Dude, Hightower and TJ Watt alone destroy your edge rushers. Okay? Your secondary? No, I don't know that yet. We're looking, dude, you guys have played teams that are at the equivalent of 9 and 28 in the last 5 weeks. Give me a break. Hang in there. Let's find out tomorrow. Dude, you do a good job tomorrow. I'm going to give you, hey, watch this. I promise you, if you do a good job tomorrow, that will be the first Crow Day in the National Football League's history. Okay? That will be the very first Crow Day in National Football League history or National Football Show history. Okay? If Sills is Mexican, Howie is for sure calling ICE, trying to get him deported. Hey, man, come on now. Hey, Mexicans and Italians, I'm all right with that one. I like Mexican folks. I like Cuban folks, too. Did you miss the part where I asked if it was better, you silly man? No, I didn't miss that part. Let's see. No, you won't. Yes, I will. I'm telling you right now. If your boy outplays my guy and they look better, I'm going to give you a ton of credit. Okay, tomorrow could have, hey, I'm laying it out there. I'm putting the bullseye out. But I may have to move Angelo to Friday. Get this. You guys are calling me a liar now? Bullshit, you won't. Who you picking tomorrow? I'm not there yet. You're full of Krause, Leo. Eat a dick. Hey, get this. Wait a minute here. Who's Pittsburgh played? Team you lost to. Simple. Team you lost to. He just walked right into that mousetrap. Hey, he just walked right into that one, man. Holy shit. You got the wrong coordinator. That's all right. You got the wrong coordinator. I'm giving you guys something that never has been done before in my 30 years of radio and broadcasting. I'm giving you a Big Sills Crow moment. If it happens. And I don't think it is. Well, we'll see. Sills going to move the goalpost again. I am not. I am not going to move the goalpost. Pittsburgh lost to Dallas since we're doing that. All right. That's why it doesn't matter. You don't have a better defense than Pittsburgh. You don't have. You think? Hey, how about this one? You think you're better pass rushers than Pittsburgh? Look at our stats. I know. Look at the shit teams you played. Hey, I love it when I hear Xander and everyone going like this. Well, you know, Jalen doesn't have all the numbers because they're pulling guys out. What is this? What are you talking about here? College football? You're pulling guys in the third quarter like Georgia? I mean, you know, right? Point differential in the NFL is 3 points, and you guys are pulling 3 of the 4 games that you've played in the last 4. You guys are like pulling players like you play in the SEC. Hey, Dick Train, look at this one. Dan Silio's a liar. Your mom doesn't think so. Let's see. Okay. Bond is playing better than Queen. So you're trying to tell me you think Zach Bond's a better football player than Patrick Queen? Is that right? You think Zach Bond is a better player than Patrick Queen? All super chats go to the top here. No holds. Lindbergh cheese defense holds Daniels under 100. Boom, mic drop. Hey, Dak, do me a favor. Fix your coulions, or was it a hamstring? I forgot. You pulled your cannoli? What is it here? What was it, man? Look at this. So wait a minute here. Look at this guy. Forrest goes, PFF, check Bond versus Queen. Zach Bond is, hey, so Patrick Queen makes $18.5 right now. Signed a 3-year contract. He's considered one of the best inside linebackers in pro football. And Bond, right now, who's playing really good ball, you think is better than him. Oh, my God. Dude, I enjoy my life talking to some of you guys every day. I won't lie. I do. I enjoy myself, man. A lot of fun. Lot of fun, man. Okay. Queen has equity. We mean being a great player? And Bond doesn't? Yeah, okay. That's how the league works. Okay. Never seen an elite quarterback get outplayed by the same exact blitz without recognizing it unless you're calling him an elite runner. Hey, John, don't talk like that to these guys. Thanks for the super chat. Don't do that. Elite. Oh, man. Shit, get this. Sills will be deported in a couple months, man. Yeah, guess why? Because Howie's going to call the Italian ice guys. Come get me. You know the Italian ice you get in South Philly, right, Xander? He's going to call the Italian ice guys to come get Big Sills. Stan Sileo. Hey, get this. I had a guy call the NAACP on me because I said Jalen Hurts is an elite. Hey, it's better than Michelle Beadle dropping the N-bomb. Oh, you know what I meant. I meant Nuggets. Okay. Yeah. Well, I could say this with a straight face. That broad thinks it's funny. I didn't. Okay? Michelle Beadle dropping the N-word. You know what I mean. Oh, I tried that too. You know what I meant. I didn't mean anything. It was a friend of mine, actually. When I said monkey, oh, I didn't know. Hey, it was something stupid. I didn't mean to drop the N-word. I posted it on Twitter too, and guess what? You saw all the wolves from the media people defending her. Stupid bitch. Dropping an N-bomb on a FanDuel show? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Are you out of your mind? You had 2 African-American basketball players sitting on that thing too. No heat for that? Oh, okay. Okay. Pick and choose. Pick and choose. Hey, Sills, if Bond was next to Roquan Smith, he'd be getting paid $18 million a year too. Okay, sure. Okay. You know, you guys that come here every day know Big Sills here. You know, we're furthest from racist. And, you know, I made a mistake years and years ago. People call me that, though, if you go all over social media, they think that I'm some sort of like David Duke dude. This chick drops the M-bomb, and it's cool. Oh, okay. That's why I love this show. She's a dumb bitch. Dropping M-bombs on a FanDuel show, basketball? What's wrong with you? Unacceptable. 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 And I'd have yanked her off the desk that moment. I'd have yanked her off that desk. Okay? Still says it frequently around his family. Yeah, probably when Michael has dinner over my house, or my dad or my grandpa, I mean. Probably right. We use that word. We don't use that word. I get too many friends that would expect me to not make sure people around me use that word. Don't talk to me like that, dickhead. You don't know me from a fucking can of paint. Sales Bond is the only player in the league right now with 87 total tackles. It's exceptional. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovery. Dude, hey, Andres, he just doesn't have the equity. He's having a heck of a season. Okay? Okay? Seriously. I mean, holy shit, so literally can't read. Totally botched. Carlos is super hat, you dumb fuck. What's a super hat, fuck bag? Help me out on that one. What's a super hat? Is that something you shit in? I must have missed it. Typing. CHAT, if you mean that. Okay? If you're going to throw darts at Big Sills, you better have a big dart, dog. Let's get to the next Siri liar here before we get Xander aboard with us. Guy throws a shot at me for my reading, and he fucks up his chat. A+, guy. A+. If you're going to take a shot at Sills, and by the way, don't take any... You can take total pride in knowing that I can't read. Complete total pride in that. Okay? But if you're going to take a shot at me, try getting your rip and your chat in your tweet or your post right. Okay, ding dong? It would help your position. Hey, Smiley, are you overly incompetent like Joe Biden? No, just like your head coach. Okay? Your head coach is incompetent. All right? Let's see here. Please try to be a little. Hey, listen, you come after Big Seals, you better have it ammo loaded, man. You better not come in with one barrel knot there. Get your fucking head pushed in. Look at my girl here, man. That's my strong safety right there in Louis Vuittons. I'd put Sue in Louis Vuittons back there at that free safety position because she's going to set the tone for me. She's going to knock bitches out. Bang. This is Sue. How you doing? Sue's going to have her shirt on under her pads. How you doing? Look at Sue, man. She goes, Big Sills, I don't wear red bottoms. Hey, Sue, I don't wear red bottoms. Oh, my God. Let's get to Nick Sirianni. All right, man. Hey, have some fun. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. This might be over a lot of our heads, but the N-word comes from, oh, come on, man. I don't want to go into that Akbar. Seriously, man. Okay. A history lesson in it. I'm not into that, man. I don't really care. Okay. You shouldn't be, dude. I mean, I posted the clip if you want to go over to Dan Silio's show. She blatantly says it. And I'm like, nobody did anything about it. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm not going in it. Please hit the like button here. All right. Here's M. Reyes's boyfriend, Nick Sirianni. Is your prediction a loss tomorrow night? That's tomorrow, dog. Prediction day is tomorrow. So M. Reyes's boyfriend, Nick Sirianni, spoke today. The bald eagle. He spoke today. Don't forget, White had a great season. Give it time. All right. Here's Mr. Quitter. Damn, Sills. Chad is feisty today. Did you drop a FanDuel bet before I got here? No, I did not. No, I did not. Okay. No, I did not. Oh, I love this one here by Elizabeth. So my family has Philly roots. Middle-class stand-up, hardworking folks. Lots of class. Are these really Philly people in here? Hey, yes, it is, Elizabeth. Yes, it is. Okay? This Big Sill's best show on the planet. James Jones, thank you very much. Hey, and here, wait a minute here. Here's M. Reyes. M. Reyes. King Sirianni is the emperor of Italy. You kidding me, man? The bald eagle? You know what he's the emperor of? You know what he's the emperor of? Alba. Oh, that's way over your head, Junior. You would never understand that. Yeah, today's pregame. Oh, that's right. Oh, Jesus, what a long day tomorrow. Holy cow. Let me do something here first before we get to Nick Siri Liar. It's a long day tomorrow, man. Got to keep my time card. Got to even it out. All right. Long day tomorrow for Big Sills. Hit the like button, folks. Hey, I read you crystal clear there, Flexen. I know who you are. Let's see here. Sills, I don't know. I didn't know they educated you like that at the U. We have to remember something, Harry. When I went to the University of Miami, my degree is the one you fold in your wallet. That was my education. That was my degree. Football. You think I got accepted into a school that has only 13 acceptance rate? And you think I got in there because what? I'm a scholar? Hey, think about that, Xander. So, dude, the University of Miami has like 13% admittance rate, okay, to get into the bitch. Like, you got to have like a pretty good, like, high school education, right? So when I got in there, man, I was like, yeah, hey, Big Sil sets the bar. Oh, man. Hey, I was, I got into U. I don't know how I got into the U. And it's private. Coral Gables. White Folksville. Hey, White Folksville. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get accepted. I did. Hey, wait a minute, Harry. You didn't get accepted at University of Miami? Hey, I did. So wait a minute. Harry, I can't read, and you can, and I got accepted? Huh, I wonder why. I wonder how that happened. Oh, man. All right. Sil's got a journalist degree because he is a journalist. See, no, he just called me an asshole. And he knows that that's how I look at that. He just called me an asshole. Folks, he's not being cool, okay? Sil's an affirmative action student. Yeah, okay. And you know what? You're a special needs kid. The U full of guys who didn't do shit in the NFL. Oh, okay. Yeah, at least I got there. How about that, kid? How many guys do you know in your life that were the 56 player taken? How you doing? Miami's acceptance rate went down 10 to 13. Says you better have your overtime pay clock ready. It's going to be a long few days for you. Samuel, with some of you Eagle guys, it always is a long few days for me. So you're a poor man's Jordan Davis? No. Actually, my rookie year, I had a better rookie year than your boy. I had more tackles. Then again, I could have fell down and had more tackles than he had his rookie year. Imagine Sills is a good person in real life, but on YouTube, he needs John McMullen to act like a normal human being. Oh, Yavi. Yavi, I am a good guy, man. I just like having fun, dog. Wait, hey, that's what's wrong with people in the world today. No, people don't have enough fun, man. What's wrong with that? When I applied to you, they said I was overqualified. Yeah, I'm sure. For what? Maintenance worker? This guy worked on the dorms. Dak Prescott worked at the dorms. That's why he ended up at Mississippi State. Hey, by the way, let's take a look at Mississippi State. Let me see here. What's the acceptance rate at Mississippi State? What's the acceptance rate at Mississippi State? Holy shit. It's 75%. Oh, that means, hey, get this. You know why they do that? So they get their football guys in there. 75%. Holy shit. It's a good school, though, man. Mississippi State's a good school. It is. Most of them SEC schools are good. Wait a minute. Hey, I didn't want to do this as Xander, but Bama's is higher. Bama's is higher, but that's because of football. What is Alabama's acceptance rate? Oh, my God. It's 76 to 85%. Oh my, it's a fucking great education too, man. It's a really good school. It's a great school. They do that just for the football, though, man. Okay, it's a great school. Other sports shows suck because it's scripted and woke. Hey, dude, honest to God, look what I do every day for you guys. I write down notes. No, just Kliff notes for me. I've done that my whole life. Hey, one last thing before we move on to Nikki. Do you know one day me and Tony Bruno walked into the Jim Rome studio? Some of you probably don't know because in Philadelphia or true sports cities, you guys don't have national guys talking to you. Who fucking cares what the national guys think? Like when a national guy's on in Philly, they turn the channel. You know why? I don't care what's going on in Arizona. Now, I kind of do a little bit. It's NFC, so I kind of get it. But I'd rather have you talking to me about Italian ice in South Philly than talking to me about the Seattle Seahawks. Nobody cares. Okay, so the national guys, nobody in New York, Philly, my corridor is Philly, D.C., Baltimore, New York, Boston. That's my who I am. That whole area is who I am. Okay? That's where I traveled. Then, of course, down to Miami and Tampa. I would say that too. That's my neck of the woods. That's my kind of folks. So, Jim Rome, I go to Los Angeles. Oh, by the way, I saw that Fox Sports Radio. I posted some pictures of me at Fox Sports Radio. I was the first guy or second guy hired at that national network because of my work that I did in Tampa. I was the highest rated morning show host on the East Coast for 13 years. I was doing 10, 11, 12, 13 shares every single 3 months. It's true. And I was like the first or second. Tony might have been hired before me, but I was the second. I just saw that iHeart now is firing guys because of cutbacks. They got to cut back 5% of their workforce. And I was on that network. But you know, one of the things you always knew is that the reason I hated national radio, nobody gives a shit in those local cities what you're talking about. They don't care. Aren't you a West Coast guy, though? No, I was born in Stamford, Connecticut. What, just because my daughter was born on the West Coast. She's born in Los Angeles. And you're out in Southern California. You think that makes me a Southern California guy? What are you, fucking nuts? Are you kidding me? I would never own that. I would never own that. See here. Thank you, Z. You spoiled. Here. Xander's coming up soon, man. By the way, also, too, Battle Royale is here today. Here, let me do Nick before we do Xander here. So we talked about Zack Ertz and his so-called love fest and love affair that he has with Zack Ertz. Do I believe it? No. Nick Sirianni likes Zack Ertz. Okay, sure. What do you do, coach him for 5 weeks? He loves him? Okay. That's the shit that I hate about him. You know, I really had a great relationship with him when he was here. And, yeah, did you really have a great relationship when they fired him in the tunnel after a Monday night game? How would that relationship go? Really? You really buy that? When I heard that today at the press conference, he's full of shit. You fired the guy walking into the tunnel. Hey, by the way, you've been traded to Arizona. Hey, you know, that's part of the business of the game. You know, what, firing a guy in the tunnel? Okay, fired a guy in the tunnel. That's the way you do it? That's why one of the reasons I asked you guys how you looked at him and how you thought of him. Someone told me you're best buddies with Governor Newsom. Who's that? Tim Newsom? Hey, so Nick goes like this. He goes, Yeah, Zach Ertz, man. I really I really admire the guy. He's really one of the Philly guys of all time. And I'm going like, shut up, man. No one believe in you with that shit. You fire a guy in the tunnel. And there's little Howie. Hey, you're on your way to. Now, I would imagine Howie talks like this. Hey, you're on your way to Arizona. If Sills was West Coast, he would be drinking wine and eating snacks on a toothpick. Brie and cheese in a Cabernet. No, I'm more of a brat and a beer. That's kind of my shit, man. Yeah, I don't eat like Dick Train does. That little weenies on a stick. Hey, that's who Dick Train is now. He's a little weenie on a stick. Hey, yeah, Keebler Roseman in the hallway going, hey, guess what? You're fired. You're on your way to Arizona. Yeah, some love affair. Big Z, let's go. Run them likes up here. Hang on here. All right, hang on. Wait, real quick here. Let's see. What else? Did he say anything? Cowboys. Oh, yeah, my question. I have one question when Xander comes up. So, Nick, with the demarcation of the offense and the demarcation, I was listening to the press and I had to look the word up. I was like, I've never heard that word before. John's a more educated guy than me because I'm not as educated as he is. But I mean, demarcation. I thought that was something Trump was going to do to. I thought that was something Trump was going to do. All right, he didn't really say anything. So I know a guy who says a lot. Hey, by the way, man, Jaden Daniels. God, I can't wait for this kid tomorrow night, man. By the way, oh, wait, do we have? Yes. I'm going to get over the playoff picture with him, too, as well. So, without further ado, the co-host, the Birds 365, Big Z. Xander Krause joins us now.
What's up, Big Sills?
How's it going? Demarcation as well.
Yeah, what did I miss? Did John ask that to Nick or something?
First question. He goes, so with the demarcation of the offense, I go, shit, demarcation. Let me look up. What is that?
I do Birds 365 with a thesaurus next to me.
No, I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
I got to text John about that.
Yeah, ask him. Those are really big.
Yeah, what are you out here crying about?
Like this?
Out here crying about a Thursday game tomorrow? Oh, it's going to be a long day. Quit crying, dog.
I'm crying about nothing.
We're not digging ditches, man. We talking sports.
Hold on here, man. You're making me sound like a bitch here. I'm not. Who do you think I am here, man?
I'm not making you sound like anything.
Holy cow here. So let me ask you, flat out of the gate here.
Let's go.
You think your boy, Jalen Hurts, is outplayed Jaden Daniels this year?
I mean, I don't think he's outplayed him when you're talking about a player-to-player comp, but I also think that the hype on Jaden Daniels has been a little overrated. He's had a couple games here, and I'm not expecting him to play great every game. He's a rookie, so I get it, but, he was pretty shitty in that Bears game. He was okay at best in that Steelers game. I mean, he didn't win the game for that team. He was 50% completions in that game. He's had a couple other games, too. I mean, they were close with the Giants. They had a lot of close games this year, but look, I give him credit. He's a rookie. He looks damn good.
But look where Washington has come from, man.
Yeah.
You were bringing it up. They haven't been relevant in 30 years almost.
Yeah. No, you're right. He's done a lot, and I think that's probably the biggest accomplishment. Forget the 7 wins. 7 wins is great for any organization as a rookie, but turning a franchise around is no small feat. Now, I don't think he did that alone. I think it's a credit to some of what they've done with the new ownership. And, I actually think their GM has done a really nice job. He might win. He might be the executive of the year in the NFL right now. So he's done a really good job. I thought it was interesting listening to Theismann yesterday. He's like, this is basically a whole new team.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a credit to the GM, obviously, who brought in some better players and kind of reworked their roster. But, Jaden's been good, man. Like I said, I'm not there yet. I want to see it more. Is he going to be able to hold up, dude?
I don't know here, and that's a great question. And here, I put these numbers down here. But then my question would be, is Hurts going to hold up? Now, look
Hurts,
at this.
Dude, look, I know Hurts has a style that's more conducive to getting injuries and stuff like that. Jalen Hurts is a beast when it comes to like the way he's built as a player. He's
Remember
built
what Phil Simms said about him? He has more control being a guy not taking contact
Yep.
because when he takes off running, he
And
knows when to get down.
Yeah.
But here, look at to your point. And I agree with that. I didn't think of it like that, but Phil was right. He's on pace for 200 carries. I mean, that's a lot, dude. 200 carries is a lot.
Now, I think there's like, what, 20 or 25 tush pushes and stuff. So maybe it's really like.
See, I disagree with John on this here.
I disagree too, because the tush push is definitely a dangerous play. Yeah.
Don't you think? See, I disagree with John. I think that's a physical play. Think about it, Xander.
Ask Jason Kelsey about that play. He hates that fucking play.
Or do this. Ask Patrick Mahomes when he got his ankle rolled up on it and they never run that play with him ever again. I think that is a physical play. So here, check it out here. Look at how where Jalen gets him though is in the TDs here. Both guys are going to throw for 445 passes, which is great. That's the number in the screws he has to be on. Both are going to complete about 310 passes. They're both right there. One 69.8 Hurts, the other 68.7 completion percentage. Remember something too. Put into context. Daniels is a rookie, and he's on pace for 36.50 in passing. Jalen's on pace for 37.32.